Hey, Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, I'm sitting here today and contemplating my beautiful mystical Atlantean crystal. Isn't that something? It just glows. Um, if you don't know about Atlantean crystals, you might want to see my video from yesterday. It's in the queue right before this one. I talked about UFOs and Atlantis and talked about crystals too. So definitely check that out. That's the video in the queue right before this one, okay? Yay. Well, I tell you, I'm putting on my crystal and I am attuning to the spirit world today. That's right. We're going to have our Saturday seance. We're actually having a big storm outside. I heard there's a tornado warning. So if Psychic Bob blows away in the middle of seance, well, we'll just have to cancel it until next week. Anyways, here we are. It's Saturday, and I'm so glad you guys are here. And, I went up to CVS today. Big mistake, which I'll tell you about later. But look what I got. Is this adorable? I got a cute little chocolate buddy. Isn't it great? Which brand is this? Russell Stouffer. I just turned the aisle, and it was sitting there. I said, that little thing with his big eyes looking at me. I say, it's going to home. He's so cute. I don't even want to eat it, but I love chocolate, so it's a chocolate bunny. Anyways, well, here we are. It's Saturday, and I want to say welcome to all the new people. We've had a lot of new subscribers here at Spirit Channel, and for those of you who are new, this is our Saturday tradition. Every Saturday we gather, and we have a seance. And I am a trance channel, or a trance channeler, or a medium, trance medium, all these terms, it's the same thing. But basically what happens during a seance is I go into a trance state and spirits overshadow my consciousness and take control of me temporarily, and they speak through me. So if you've never seen trance channeling, it may seem a little strange, but not to worry. I'm not in any pain, and I feel like I'm just having a nap, so it's really peaceful. And when I come back, I feel really good because a lot of that spirit energy really charges me up. So anyways, I invite you guys, just pull up your chairs here. Welcome to my virtual seance room. And we're going to see what the spirit people have for us today. So what I want you to do is just get comfortable. I'm going to get comfortable here. I'm going to go into trance, and I'll see you when I get back. Oh, well, greetings to all of you. This is Fletcher here. We're so glad to be back with you. Might we say there's a lot of soul glow out there today, and we're so honored that you took the time to come and meet with us here, and we're always glad to talk with you. Well, we got a few people who want to be talking today, so I'll be stepping from the medium's body. This is Fletcher, over and out. Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. It's such a blessing to be here with all of you. I said to Fletcher the other day, I said, we're so fortunate that we have a medium that allows us to work with him so closely. It allows us to come and visit all of you. All of you have such beautiful light around you. From our world, we look upon the earth, and we can see the glowing light of its soul. It is so beautiful. We call it soul glow, and it brings us so much joy. Do you know that that light of your soul is your eternal light, your essence of who you really are? Some of you are in bodies that are damaged, that are injured, that are weak. And you define yourself by your body. You say, oh, I'm crippled, I'm paralyzed, I can't walk right, I have a bad leg or a bad back. My dears, do not define yourself by your temporary bodily sensations. You are far more than the body. The body is important in that it allows you to have an earthly incarnation. But you are far more than that bag of bones. You're actually a spirit soul who's taken on a great mission. You've taken on this earthly life in order to do some good in the world. When Many people come to the earth, but they forget their mission. I know I certainly did. You see, if I had remembered my mission, I would have had a much better incarnation, and I certainly wouldn't have ended up in purgatory. But you see, while you're here, you have a chance to do great things. Do not give up the opportunity to do great things for God and for yourself. You see, it truly is a partnership, and since coming over here to the spirit world, I've come to understand that it is a combination of life, a unity between the living, the dead, and the divine. All three work in harmony. I am part of the realm of the dead, but I tell you I'm no more dead than you. And so when we say dead, we don't really mean dead. We just mean out of a body. Right now you're in the body, but if we took your body away, where would you be? You would be a spirit, and you would be forced to come to the spirit world. Well, I wouldn't dare say forced. You could choose to remain on earth, but then you'd be earthbound. You see, it is the natural calling of the soul to return to the light. And when you're on the earth and you become very enmeshed in material consciousness, you can forget who you really are and where you really come from. You know, when I look upon my life, I spent a lot of time fretting over non-important things. I used to say, oh my, do the linen napkins match the tablecloth? And oh dear, did I have the best silver on the table? And I spent my life worrying about trivial things. I suppose you could say in my world they really weren't so trivial to a degree, because in the society that I lived in the time, these things did have an importance of their own. But you see, I wish, oh my dear, I do wish I had been more like my neighbour Madge. She used to say to me, Rose, don't worry about the linen napkins, worry about your soul. Worry about the souls of those who come to your grand affairs. Worry that they're going to be happy and receive some light. You know, I must say I'm very guilty, but I never invited Madge to one of my grand parties. I was like, oh dear, I don't want that spiritualist about babbling about that nonsense about the soul. You see how ignorant I was. If I had invited Madge to my parties, we might have had great entertainment for one thing, and great education for another. Well, over here, I tell you, her soul glows so very brightly, and we're very privileged to know her. Each of you have souls that can grow brightly as well, but you must tend to them as you would tend a fine orchid. Do you know, when I was alive, my mother used to grow orchids. You know, this lovely flower. They're very temperamental. Some of them only bloom once every few years, but when they do bloom, they're most spectacular. You see, your soul is like that fine orchid. If you tend it properly, in due time, it will blossom, and it will glow and be brilliant. It will even be finer than an orchid, for it is the very essence of God within you that will shine forth. I'm so very pleased to be here with you. I believe Alfred's back here, wishes to speak to all of you, so I'll be stepping out of the body. It's a blessing to be with you. This is Rose. It was during my study of botany at Cambridge that I came to appreciate the rare and exotic plants. And when Rose speaks about the orchids, I understand fully of what she speaks. Do you know on the earth there are plants yet that have not been discovered? Over here we know of things that exist upon the earth that have not yet been seen. In due time humanity will uncover them. Some things, though, are treasures, and we hide them from the eyes and knowledge of those on the earth in order to preserve them. Humanity is now awakening to the sacredness of all life. It makes us very sad over here in the spirit world when we look upon the earth and realize that there are such things as endangered species. Humankind went through a phase in the late 1800s where they thought to conquer the world was where all the power was, and many animals were destroyed, life forms were plundered, and much suffering existed. Over here we believe that the humankind should live with wisdom. It's important that you be aware. Be aware of your planet. Be aware of all life forms. Understand that you are not separate from the animals, but you are part of the animal kingdom. If you destroy them, you destroy your own self. And see, this is why the earth is having a great imbalance now. We see upon the earth still species that are in decay. Your bumblebee, or your honeybee, I should say, is in decline upon the earth. This little insect that many people consider an annoying pest is actually very vital to the chain of life. Frogs are dying in great numbers, and even dolphins are becoming endangered again. You see, this endangerment is created by humans' greed. When mankind thinks that they are meant to control and dominate, everything becomes imbalanced. Humankind was meant to be in partnership with the plants and the animals of the earth, not to conquer them and destroy them. But people have become disconnected from their higher self. They've become disconnected from the spiritual truth and their own light. In such, they look at the world with suspicion and hostility, instead of viewing it as a place of a playground where they can meet with other beings and with God. They look at it as a place to create destruction. I invite each of you today to look within yourself. Consider that you are beings of light, as Rose has said. You have more divinity in you than you have animal. Yes, it's true you have a material form, but it is only temporary. Your true nature is that of Godhood. You are one with the Spirit of God, and you are God yourselves. We do not claim that you are the sole creator of the universe, but that you are part and parcel, a part of the divine. Each of you are sparks from the great central fire of love, which is the divine, which is God. This term God, even I hesitate to use it, for the reality is far grander, far more immense, far more powerful, far more beautiful than any words can convey. But when you return home to the light, you will understand your unity with all that is. Humanity and the earth and the animals and the plants are all one ultimately. In the end, all things return to the Creator, from whom they were created. So let yourself be inspired to look upon your fellow creatures with love. Let yourself be inspired today to reach out in kindness. Forgive those who harm you. Forgive your enemies. Make peace where you can, for life upon the earth is very short. Humans think that they will live forever, but really the truth is, if we are fortunate, we get 100 years. I myself got far less than that, for my own wanton destruction of my own body was a form of spiritual decay and sickness. You see, many humans forget who they are, and as Rosa said, you are the very light within you. If you attune to that light, you will know peace, you will have joy, you will have success. And someday, when it is your time to return back to our world, you will return with great joy and great peace. I thank you for allowing me to come here and visit with you today. My name is Alfred. Oh, greetings there. This is Fletcher. Give us just a moment while we get control of the medium's vibration. Oh, there we go. Well, we're going to let Rose have another word. Oh, there we are. I think we're in the body. Oh, dear. Can you hear me out there? Oh, very good. You see, you know, Alfred is so true. Humankind has forgotten its connection to the earth. And you know, I must say, I did my own amount of fair damage in my day. You know, in my day it was popular to go on safari to Africa. And my family are guilty of killing elephants and tigers and cheetahs. Yes, we did. I have the skins to prove it all. Well, I used to, at least, in my home on earth. But you see, I cannot change my past, but I have learned from it. And so I encourage all of you today to live in love. Try to reduce doing damage to yourself or to others. Love much, hate little, forgive a lot. You see, all of these things bring peace to the soul. And if you have peace in your soul, and you'll have happiness. You know, my friend Marge, as I've told you about, she had such a spiritual life. She focused on love. She'd always invite me. She said, Rose, come round to our seance circle. Let's hear what the spirits say. You know, I never took her up on that invitation. It is much to my regret, you see. But you know, as I said, we cannot look back and say if today you have things that you have regret about. Do not condemn yourself. Forgive yourself. Say, well, I was a different person then, and I've grown, and I'm self-aware. And you can today make the choice. You can say, I choose to set aside negativity. I choose to set aside hatred. I will not destroy. I will not be violent. I will love. And if you make that simple, and it is really that simple, my dear, you make that simple choice to love, and your soul will grow brighter than the sun at noonday, as you will be part of our world here as well. Remember, my dears, you do not have to die to be part of the spirit world. You're already part of the spirit world, for you've come from here. You're only on a sojourn. You're in your classroom. You're in your field trip, as we say. You're out in your study in the field. And someday you'll return to the mansion of glory. But until such time, you have work to do where you are. And if you do that work in love, oh, then you'll be wonderful and be blessed. Fletcher says the power is fading of our medium now, so we don't wish to overtax his body. But I wish to again thank you. Thank you for receiving us today. Thank you for letting us come. You know, each time I look upon the earth and I see the soul glow, I'm so very happy. Continue in your love. And do you know that we're only a whisper away? The power is fading now, so I must go. But do know that I love you all, and I send you my blessings from the spirit world. Well, Tubies, I've certainly enjoyed being here today to channel for you. I hope that this has been as much fun for you as it has for me. I love to channel. Whenever I channel, I just feel their power come through me, and it uplifts me and stimulates my soul. If you've enjoyed this today, you might want to pop over to my website and pick this up, Messages from Rose. It's by me, Bob Hickman. It's my book. It tells about my early days of working with my spirit guide, Rose, how she came to me and that whole experience. So I think you'll enjoy it. Anyways, pop over there at my website. I'll put the link below. At the top, there's a tab that says books, and that's where you'll see it, okay? There's a bookstore in my website, okay? Well, you guys are the best. I want to say thank you. I love y'all. Thanks for being here. You're the best. Keep it here. We got more coming. Tomorrow's Sunday. I don't know what we'll do. We're going to have a Sunday vlog. Maybe I'll talk about what's in my bag. Y'all been wanting that. So maybe we'll do that tomorrow. What's in my bag Sunday vlog. Okay? Anyways, you guys are the best. I love you. Listen, if you want to show me some love, like this video, favorite it, share it with your friends, and let's get out the word about Spirit Channel. Hit subscribe, be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. Thanks for being here. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Blessed be.